Are we live yet? I think we are. Are we live yet? Oi. Oi. What happened? Oh no. Account expiring soon. Account expiring soon. What does account expiring soon means? Hello, hello. Is it working? Ah, it's working. Hello. Hello, hello. We are live again. It's TNT with Louis every Thursday night. Our Thursday night talk with Louis. Today is Thursday again. Every Thursday night, 9 plus, about 9:30, 9:30-ish, I will start my TNT. Anybody home? Say hello, hello to me. Today I'm running all 3 channels again. Hello, anybody home? Hi, hi. Can I type anything? Hi, hi. It doesn't go through. Why? Anybody home? Say hello to me. Hello, it's Louis here. We are going to do a bit of renovation tips as well as a bit of feng shui. Today I have a renovation. I have a few renovation questions that I want to answer. Yeah, I actually get a lot of questioning. A lot of questions asking, what is the key must do for renovation? Key must do. That means priority cannot miss. What is the priorities when it comes to renovation? What need to be done? Hi, Joseph. Oh, Joseph, hi. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I normally talk a bit about renovation, a bit of feng shui, metaphysics, astrology, and stuff. So yeah, today first of all, I want to talk about renovation. I have in fact come across quite a lot of times, especially now economy very unstable. I won't say it's bad economy now, but it's uncertainty because for those in metaphysics, you know, the change from period 8 to 9 and so forth. So yeah, that's a lot of uncertainty. The powerhouse are actually some kind of transferring powers now. We are seeing the west and the east powerhouse. There's a bit of power transferring. So economy not very stable. I would say it's very unpredictable. You don't know what are you facing. So hi Kel, hello, like to see you again. Are you online every day, every night at this hour? That's why you can catch me. Or you purposely come in for me? Hi, Master Chan. First priority. And what? I cannot. Engage Louis. Yes, of course. Hi, Yan. Today, I tell you, yesterday I caught in rain. Today I caught in rain. I just shower. You see my hair still very soft. It's like the sudden monsoon. Almost every day I'm caught in rain because I do need to run around. So, yeah. And the rain, yeah. I think the rain will continue. But now it's already stopped. the rain stopped already. For the first time in forever, like I think more than 24 hours. It rained for more than 24 hours. Finally, it stops. Because I think last night is already raining. Yeah, last night is already raining. So tomorrow will be better, much better. Tomorrow will be good. We will chat tomorrow. Yeah, Yan. Tomorrow, tomorrow I have time to catch you. Okay. And Kel, yeah, house business. Kel say house business. Business. I would say now renovation is kind of slow overall. The whole market is kind of slow. So there are a few main suppliers to the industry. Example, the tile suppliers and all this. So you can see a dip in all these supplies, a dip in sales. For example, cement, pre-mixed cement. This is like a de facto you have to use. So there's a dip in sales. That means it's not only like my reno business is not good. It's like everybody, the whole market is not doing quite well now. I think, like I said, is based on the uncertainty. So when we have uncertainty, what kind of questions do I normally get when at times of like now? It will be better soon. Yes, tomorrow will be better. Yes, definitely. So the what kind of question do I get to ask the most? Budgeting, planning. Yeah, it's all about budgeting, planning, and how to segregate, prioritize. This is what that I get to ask like every renovation consult. Yeah. So I do consults not only for metaphysics, I do consults on renovation, right? On A&A works, builders works. So I get some, even from the same industry. I do have some friends in the same industry. They are builders. Those uncle and those my senior. They have been in the market for like before I was born. Maybe not that old. Those people. So sometimes they are those hardworking, and they have been in the industry for maybe like 30-40 years. Yeah, and still going strong. So yeah, there are those that don't really know a lot of they don't have a lot of paper qualification and so forth. They don't speak very very well, they don't present very well, but they are full of experience. Yeah. I do have these people actually coming in to ask me, you know what, I have this issue, you want to, and I couldn't find the problem, you want to drop by and take a look. Yeah, I very kepo, kepo. So all this while I like this type of calls, because I go there, then I will try to spot the issues and then tell them, oh, actually what went wrong, and then I have that satisfaction of pointing out things that even the old folks, the seniors, they cannot find. Yeah, but anyway, let's come back to the point whereby the most asked question nowadays is about budgeting and how to split the budget, prioritize the money. Okay, so let's look at typically when we have a whole house renovation, most likely it will not be a new house. Okay, it's not a new unit. Most likely it's like an old unit, like especially nowadays, a lot of, I won't say nowadays, but especially those resale markets. Okay, let's talk about the biggest pie in the market, which is apartments, including HDBs, condos, and so forth, high-rise apartments. Okay, so when we are looking at an old apartment, let's say more than 20-year-old, yeah, okay, let's put a benchmark, 20-year-old and above. Okay, apartment, HDB or condo. So then when they come to me, okay, I just got this resale, so what is I want to control my budget, so what are the key things that I must do and why? So yeah, I get to, because then they'll be telling me the market uncertainty, I got not enough cash flow, I need to budget a bit and save up, and then maybe to weather the weather. yeah, to weather the weather. Come my house lah. Come my house lah. Many things for you to find. Come, come. Very soon, yeah, very soon. I might join your tour. Then I will see you. I go your place, sleep one night first before we go for the tour to makan durian, right, Kelvin? Yeah, Kelvin is going to do a durian and chase the durian. I mean, chase the dragon with durian. What? Throw the durian at the dragon. Dragon throw durian. Whatever. Okay, the durian and dragon journey. Yeah. So yeah, I might be joining. Yeah, I haven't checked my schedule, but most likely I will go. Yeah, support. And then I'm sure Master Kelvin will point me to a lot of amazing formation. Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, China is my China voyage is less than a month from now. Yes, very excited. Yeah. Okay, where were we? Yes, budgeting. So now let me so even even those that have good money, good budget, they also will be very cautious about their renovation budgeting. Okay, so let's talk about what are the key necessity and what do you need to prepare for and look out for in terms of renovation. For old houses, the first thing I want to touch on will be the we call it the MEP. Okay, MEP, share life, encourage more view. Yes, thank you, Kel. Yes, like and share and give me thumbs up or heart shape or whatever. Okay, and share it out. I will be talking a lot of good information for free. It will benefit the whole world. Yes, do share it out. Thanks, Kel. Okay, let's talk about budgeting. So then, key topic. So budgeting, the first thing I want to talk about will be MEP. What does MEP stands for? MEP stands for you must have heard about M&E. Everybody talking about M&E, right? M&E stands for mechanical and electrical. Okay, that is in the good old days. In the good old days, M&E stands for plumbing. They call it M&E. Aircon piping, they call it M&E. Electrical, of course, M&E. But M&E is not, it's no longer the professional way of saying it for the past almost a decade. But yeah, it's slowly changing. The actual word is MEP, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. MEP. Okay, so when we talk about MEP, when we talk about old house, old unit, which is 20 years and above, okay, the first budget that you should be looking at will be at MEP. Okay, let me give you, and when I said MEP, I'm really talking about whole house wire throw away, redo. Okay, all the piping, if possible, all redo. All the aircon, all redo. Okay, because MEP cannot last more than 10 years. Okay, amazing, right? When I tell you they are not supposed, I won't say they cannot last. They are not supposed to be warranted to last more than 10 years. Okay, let me explain to you why. We talk about electrical first. You know, electrical wires normally will come. No, I shouldn't say normally. It will come. Wires, electrical wires, high NG, the wire will come with rubber insulator. Okay, rubber insulator. The rubber insulator actually will harden. Okay, let me tell you, the big brands in cables like Schneider, Belden, a lot of those big brands like Honeywell, all these big brands, they produce wires. Okay, so MK is under Honeywell now. So yeah, all these big brands, Belden for example, one of the biggest brand in the world that manufacture wires. Okay, do you know that they provide only 5 years warranty for their wire? And you'll be thinking, but wire won't spoil, right? It can last a decade. It can last it can last a millennium. The thing is, although the copper wire inside, assuming it's copper, yeah, because there was one good old time about 15-20 years ago, there was this aluminium wire that aluminium 3-core wire that was used for aircon, created a big hoo-ha. Because within 5 years time, the aluminium start to break down and turn into white powder. And then a lot of disconnected power cannot reach issue. So eventually the whole market replaced already. No more this aluminium core 3-core wire. But okay, let's put this aside. We come back to the point about the insulator. So even the biggest players in the market, the biggest manufacturers in the market only provide 5-year warranty for their wires. The reason is because the insulation will get hardened. Okay, so what will happen if it get hardened? You'll be asking me, hey, but you know my grandmother's house, 30 years already, no problem, the wire still working fine. Yes, because there's no renovation. Because the next door also didn't do renovation. Imagine now, if you have this thing constantly placed there, it can last a millennium, and you still, I don't know, can last a millennium or not, maybe too long. Couple of decades, okay? It can last a couple of decades and no problem at all if there's no vibration. But then, if you do renovation or next door do renovation, there's vibration and so forth, what is going to happen is that the insulator of the wire, because it get hardens, okay? Because it get hardens, and when there is vibration, it will crack. When there's no vibration, it will stay there forever. Okay, I mean not forever lah, but literally it will stay very long. Okay, so but then when there's renovation, when there is movement, vibration and so forth, it will crack. And then you know that for those of you that you know, okay, the wires for a power point to work, you need 3 wires, right? 3 wires, the live, neutral and earth. So the 3 wire, one is for tripping, for safety, the earth, and then the neutral and live wire. So when these 3 wire together in the pipe or casing or whatever, okay, when they are all together there, when there's no vibration, the insulator still nicely there, no problem. But then when there is vibration, knocking, renovation, whatsoever, what happened? It will crack. So when it crack, does it touch each other? It doesn't. It still doesn't touch each other, so it won't short circuit. Okay, the problem is it won't short circuit. Actually is a problem. So what happened is that it will have harmonic interference. Okay, don't ask me what is harmonic interference. Very hard to explain. That means there's some some, because they are too close to each other, somehow they detect each other. Okay, when the insulation crack, they will somehow have harmonic interference, and this harmonic interference will intermittently, that's the most I literally want to use vulgarity, most cannot tahan. I want to say the TL, the most, cannot tahan kind of error is the, sorry. Yeah. Okay, is that intermittent trip. That's the worst thing, intermittent. It tripped and you don't know why it tripped. There's no reason and you cannot find the fault. That's the worst nightmare. Okay, so this always happen for old houses, let's say more than 20-year-old houses. And then before you do renovation, everything works fine. There's no intermittent trip and no funny thing happen. But after you, for example, you change the flooring, you do up your toilet, change tiles and so forth, suddenly after you do the renovation, then almost like every week there'll be 1 or 2 tripping of the whole house. Then you'll be like, you call your ID, you call your contractor, and then you start scolding them. Hey, before reno, no problem. After reno trip, how? You come and solve it. Then they come here, they check every damn thing, all looks okay. Then how? Cannot find fault. The reason is what? The reason is actually harmonic interference causing the trip. And it's very intermittent. And where is the actual insulator break? You cannot even tell. There's like 100 meters of wire in the whole house, in the wall, in the ceiling, in the conceal, in the casing and so forth. You don't even know where is the harmonic interference. So how to resolve? Cannot resolve. So, and then you know what the contractor will tell you? You continue monitor lah. If it trip, you tell me lah. Then I come and reset. Or you trip, then you reset yourself lah. Yeah, that's all they can do. Because harmonic interference don't even know where. So to solve this, if you're going to start reno, first thing, more than 20 years, it's time to change the wires. Whole house wire change. Or else you will then bear the consequences of intermittent trip in a later stage. And even a lot of electrician till today, those not very experienced electrician, a lot out there, they still don't know what is going on. They don't know what happened. Okay, they can't even explain why. Of course, I already explained now. So if given a chance to reno the place more than 20 years, then the first budget should go to MEP. I just mentioned about E, electrical. M, let's talk about M. Mechanical most likely will be your aircon, ventilation, exhaust, and so forth. Let's talk about aircon. Aircon, you know that nowadays there's a compressor unit, and then there's a fan coil in the room. Okay, so it's actually a two system. I mean, not two system. It's a two-piece system. Okay, it's a two-piece system. So the aircon compressor sits outside, the fan coil sits inside, and in between there will be this gas tubing. Okay, the biggest problem now is again with hardening. Okay, hardening of what? Hardening of the insulator again. Okay, it's the insulator hardening issue. But where this time what actually went wrong? The insulator, which is black in color, is like a hose, yeah. They cannot actually split it open one. It's not supposed to split open. So what they do is that they will the whole copper wire, the copper tubing, they will have to use one end and push it in. Wow, this action doesn't look very good. Yeah, but they push it in from one side all the way into the black insulation so that the copper tubing is inside. Okay, and then of course this copper this insulator is very soft and squishy, right? But again, this thing actually has a time frame. What does this insulation do? This insulation actually prevent condensation. You know, when you take a can of Coke or beer out from the fridge, in a very short while you will see water condensation at the outside of the can. Okay, the same condensation, because the compressor is sending the gas to cool down the fan coil. So the whole tubing, the whole copper tubing, if it's exposed to air, there will be lots of condensation. In order to prevent condensation, then they put the black color insulation. Okay, so the insulation they cannot cut open. Cannot cut open. Yes, thank you. There's lots of heart shape. Give me heart shape rose or whatever, and share it out. Let more people. Hi, Lei Guan. I saw a message just now come in before I start my session. So I haven't hear yet, but I will hear later in a short while after the session. Yeah. Okay, today talk about aircon. No, today I talk about budgeting. You just come in, yeah. I talk about budgeting because now, you know, the market has lots of uncertainty. So a lot of clients, they will be asking me, so now I have a tight budget, I want to do up my place. So where should I focus the key, where should I put the money at? The key things to work on. So I'm talking about MEP. MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. I mentioned about electrical already. I think you already know because your whole house changed wire, right? Did your whole house change wire? I can't remember. Anyway, because of the insulation hardening. So I'm talking about aircon now, the insulation. So the insulation, you have to put through the copper tubing into the black insulation that prevent condensation. This insulation, then you put in the roof, in the false ceiling, in the white color casing or whatsoever. Now, the problem is with hardening, this insulation typically can last you about 5 years again. Remember just now I told you, just now I mentioned about the warranty for all this insulation, normally is 5 years. That means even the manufacturer got no guts to even guarantee you that their product can last you more than 5 years. Okay, so what happened is that after a certain time, okay, this insulation start to get hardened. Okay, when it get hardened, it cannot hold the condensation anymore. That means the gas passing through the copper tubing, okay, is going to get condensation. And when it get condensation, you will get water dripping. Okay, so normally the aircon system for first 5 years normally is okay. Then on the 6 year, 7 year, 8 years, you will see what? You will see that, for example, false ceiling. You'll see in the false ceiling, there'll be water droplet, droplet, droplet along the whole stretch where the pipe is, especially the joint. Because this insulation, the black color insulation, it comes in a certain length. Okay, not very long actually. It's like a couple of meters. Because they, like I said, they have to put the copper poke through right? So if too long, then very hard to go. So what they do is that a couple of meters, they will then put together. They will use black tape to join it together. And then they will normally have to squeeze the two sides together tightly and then black tape so that condensation don't go in, it doesn't become the weakest link. But that always is the weakest link. Couple of years later, that will be the point where water start to drip. So you will notice that in the false ceiling or in the casing, some places it drip, then a few meters drip again, few meters drip again. It's actually the joint of the insulation. Then eventually the whole thing will be hardened, and not only harden for the aircon one, not only it hardens, it will shrink. So harden and shrink and like dry up like that, then the whole thing will, because of the shrinkage, even no vibration, for wire, we are worried about vibration. Vibration, it will crack. But this one, no vibration, it will also crack. It will also break out because it will string. When it string, then the crack line all come out. Then it will be dripping everywhere. So for wires, 20-year-old house, please whole house rewire. For aircon, normally about 10 years is the max already, or your piping cannot work already. Then you'll be thinking, can I just change the aircon in the cassette, the fan coil and the compressor and use back the piping. The piping is the weakest link. Okay, so in fact, you want to change the piping, and if you already take good care of your fan coil and the compressor, they can actually last you 20 years, no problem. But the pipe, the tubing is the one that cannot last. So you should be changing piping. Now, the next question will be, can I just change the insulation? Since the insulation is the one that is that has given way. Then you go and think about it. The most expensive part is actually to cut open the ceiling and bring down the whole copper piping. Because this thing have to go through like this, remember, have to go through like this. This action doesn't look very good, but yeah, have to go through like this. So you cannot like split open and then wrap. It's useless. Then you got too many open cut. So you have to go through in this manner. Then that means the whole copper piping all must come down. The false ceiling must be cut. The most expensive part you already wasted by taking down the whole thing, the action, the whatever, and the patching of the ceiling. You just change the insulation. You might as well change the whole damn thing, right? Because you already spent everything. Okay, the piping, the copper pipe maybe is the last $100. You already spent like few $1,000 to replace this. The last $100 is the piping. Might as well change the piping, right? Yeah. So the key cost is there. Okay. So yeah, change aircon, especially the piping if it's an old house. Okay. So that's the first one is electrical. The second one is aircon. The third one P, which is plumbing. Plumbing, there will be a bit of difficulty. So you have to make into stages. Okay, for plumbing, you have to break into stages. For example, if it's a HDB, then it's very straightforward because HDB, old houses, the piping is actually exposed. So you literally can see the pipe from the living room fly across the corner. Okay, so replacing the whole thing is very easy, straightforward. When we talk about 20-year-old house, typically there's a high chance that the pipe is still using cast iron pipe. Even the small one, last time small one got cast iron pipe. Okay, if it's a cast iron pipe, the water pressure is very low already. The reason is because cast iron will rust. So inside the pipe is already all rusted. It's like your artery block already. Like your blood vein artery block. It's very, very small already. And then every time when you first turn on, like for example, you wake up in the morning, the first time you turn on, you'll see brown color water. Okay, yeah, that's the cast iron rust inside. Normally it's the first turn on. That means you stop for a while, for a couple of hours, then you first turn on, you have the dirty water, and then eventually you'll be flushed out. Then if you continue to shower or use the water throughout the whole day, typically you don't have the time to let the brown thing settle again. But then early morning, normally you will see it. So yeah, that's the cast iron pipe. So if it's a cast iron pipe, 20-year-old, there's a highly likely there's a cast iron pipe. Even the small one, it can be cast iron. Of course, you change everything, since from the entrance all the way, as much as possible lah, as long as possible. So from going into your house, you change all the way to your whole house. Okay. Then if it's PVC, okay, there's also back in the good old days, there's also a lot of usage in for PVC pipe for exposed. PVC also very dangerous because it become very brittle. Yeah, the pipe become very brittle. So it will, in fact, water comes with pressure. I'm not saying that the pressure will be too strong that the whole pipe will burst. It won't happen so simple, but it will happen when you turn on and off. If it's flowing, constant flowing, not a big issue. But then again in the morning, you haven't been turning on the water for the whole night, so pressure is built up. It's high psi, high pressure. Then when you first turn on, suddenly a release of the pressure, okay, and then you just turn on and quickly turn back. What is going to happen? The water go and then choke again, pop. So then the whole piping will vibrate. Normally, pang, there will be a sound, there will be a vibration. This vibration is the one that will cause the pipe to burst. Okay, it will cause leakage, crack, whatsoever. So you turn on and off in a very fast motion. Okay, the water will then have this issue, and then it might burst the PVC pipe. Old age pipe, very brittle. There's a high chance that you will break. Okay, so you might as well change it. Then then we come and see. Then the next one is copper pipes. Copper pipes actually will get, the internal will get smaller, like blood vessel, artery also, because copper will grow pitani, but what do you call it? Copper will turn green. Patina. Is it called patini? Patina. Something like that lah. Okay, the copper internally will grow the patina or whatever tina. Okay, start with a P. Yeah, start with a P. Patina, whatever tina. Okay, and then it will become smaller and smaller, and it will get dirty also. The water will get dirty also. And then you will notice, especially in Singapore, I don't know Malaysia got the same problem or not, but Singapore, some in fact a lot of places, you will notice if the water is constantly dripping at a place or whatsoever, you'll notice that the place that it drips, the water keep on dripping or holding, it will turn reddish color. Any one of y'all notice that? Type a yes, let me know. It turn reddish. The place that you collect water for long, tap water, I'm talking about tap water, okay? It will turn like there's a layer of slimy reddish color. Okay, it's very different one. If you see aircon, the aircon piping, the aircon drainage piping, you will notice that the jelly is greenish color, but for normal direct tap water is reddish color. Anybody of y'all notice that? Especially in Singapore, reddish color in the tap water. Nobody. Okay, so the reddish is actually a kind of our tap water, they actually add what? They add what do you call? Chlorine. Yes. They add chlorine into our tap water, a small amount of chlorine. Okay, they add chlorine into tap water. And then this chlorine, actually it will attract a kind of the chlorine is to clean and kill germs and bacteria and whatsoever. But then this chlorine will attract another type of, I think it's a bacteria. Is it called a bacteria? Another kind of growth, okay, which is the reddish in color, okay, this reddish in color. So why do I talk about it? Okay, anyway, so this reddish jelly thing, it will stay inside the tube. Oh, what happened? What happened? Are we still live? Oh yeah, I'm still live, right? Okay, so this reddish color actually will stay within the pipe, the incoming water pipe. So eventually the artillery will get smaller also. So as time goes, it's always good that if you are talking about old house, so to change the piping. But then just like I mentioned, sometimes you have to change in phrases. The reason is because, for example, a condo, all the water pipe is concealed. Okay, so you actually don't know where they are. You only know that it appears somewhere in the toilet, in the kitchen, and so forth. So we only can do partial changing. That means in the toilet, for example, in the bathroom, especially when you change tiles, okay, when you change tiles, you need to hack away the tiles, The pipe is concealed inside. When you hack the tile, there's a very high chance that you might have already shaken or vibration or whatever and cause a slight stress pressure onto the pipe. Okay, and then there's a chance that there's no leaking when you remove the tiles. Okay, there's no leaking. Only after you put back new tiles and then your ID hand the house back to you, you use it for a while, then suddenly internal leak, then bigger problem. Okay, so it's always best that if you touch on the bathroom, toilet, kitchen, and so forth, places with piping, you replace the pipes. Okay, so yeah, this is the three, and a lot of idea, when they do original quotation, they will not include the MEP. Okay, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. They will not include. They will tell you later stage, we will take a look and so forth. There's no wrong to it, because MEP typically is very detailed, minor, one by one, how many points and so forth, very hard to count. So right from the start, it's a bit hard to budget for it. But it will be a good practice if you tell your ID or tell my team, if you are quoting for you, to include the unit rates first. So you see, at least 1 point is how much, so that you lock down the price. Then you can do a better comparison based on unit rates. Okay, so yeah, this is the way to go. So having said that, budgeting, the first budget that you should put aside, that means priority. If you only have a limited budget but you want to renovate your place, where should you place your budget? Okay, the first budget should be placed on MEP. Okay, typically electrical will be at least a couple of thousand, and then piping a couple of thousand and so forth. Easily the MEP, including the aircon, more than 10K gone. Yeah, so that's your first budget. Maybe sometimes even more, 20K just for MEP. Okay, so yeah, first budget, this is the very key important budget. Then after this, after the MEP, your second budget will go into those fixed item that you can no longer, that need to, don't, we call it mansory works. Okay, mansory works, that means those that you have cement and mortar. Okay, because cement mortar, that means you have to hack, demolish, and then wet works to put in. Your second budget should be focused on wet works, because wet work is going to cause a hell lot of disturbance in the whole renovation. Okay, it's very hard for you to, in a later stage, do back the wet works, or when you're staying there, you want to touch the wet works. It's not easy, in fact very difficult. So your second budget will be at least to cover all the wet works first. Okay, and then what are the ones that you can then have minimal priority, minimize the priority, maybe don't do first? It will be the carpentry works, the decorative, and so forth. This one you can do later. Okay, so first thing, every time people didn't take into consideration is MEP. Settle the MEP first. For example, electrical appliances you can buy later. You can buy one by one. You can even do installment, or today buy TV, then half a year. Today buy fridge, half a year later then buy TV. Can also, no problem. But you cannot do MEP halfway. You must finish it first, and it must be the first thing to go in. Okay, you can also do tiling halfway, because the masonry works it's going to be very dirty, lots of lots of disturbance and so forth, and it's actually not good for feng shui also to keep on touching. Yeah, okay. So now this is renovation tips that I want to cover today. Then we talk a bit about, okay, before that, any questions so far for budgeting? No question, no question, then I continue. Okay, so that's enough for renovation for today. Let's talk a bit about there's this I also have question on what is the, actually I don't know why today I got a few asking me about this. What is the key give me some key mistakes that should avoid in terms of setting up a good feng shui. Now, the question lies in how should I put it? The question lies in the question. Is it said this way? The question lies in the question. Yeah. What is this? Okay. The question lies in the question. What am I trying to say? You see, if you are asking a question of what is the biggest mistake that I need to avoid when doing internal feng shui, then it must be something that you can introduce, right? Something that you are in control, that you introduce. For example, you did something that screw up the whole feng shui, right? Then that's what we call biggest mistake in feng shui. That means you did something but screw up. Okay, so what is the biggest thing that you can do and screw up? If I tell you, oh, door at the wrong location, is that a biggest mistake? I don't know. I just felt that that one is a no cure. What can you do? Can you do something to fix it back? Cannot. The whole problem with this is that if you go to a consultant, if you go to a master, okay, and then you say, Mr. Consultant, Mr. Master, can you help me to fix my feng shui? Can you help me to do my feng shui audit, and help me to give me suggestion on my house feng shui? And then if this guy, this so-called master, came to your place and take a look, your door is at the wrong location, goodbye. How will you feel? And then you pay the money. That's the biggest problem, right? You already paid the money, couple of thousand, for example, a very high level master, you paid couple of $1,000 for him to come and take a look and tell you, sorry, your door is really at a wrong location. So can you change your door? You stay in an apartment, can you? You stay in a example, you stay in a condo. Can you say, oh, I don't, the door here, this sector no good, so let's shift 1 meter away. Let's shift 1 meter. Cannot ma. You cannot shift the door. So by telling you that the door is a feng shui mistake is literally haywire. How can, yeah. So if you tell me that stove in wrong location, yes, that's a mistake. Okay, because you can fix it. A door cannot be at the wrong location because you cannot fix it anymore, right? So there's a question in the question. That means the question got problem. Okay, so now you come back to so I will not tell you that if let's say the door in the wrong location, if your for example, if your unit is at emptiness lah, all these cannot fix one. These are not mistakes. These are not internal feng shui mistakes that we can talk about, because there's no remedy. If it's a mistake, means you can do better. Only when you can do better, then it's a mistake, right? If you cannot do better, then it cannot be a mistake anymore. Mistake means that there's a chance to rectify. You want the master to come and rectify for you. If your house is on a DE line, major DE, 0 degree, what can I do? Shift the house for you. Cannot. I cannot move the house for you. So there's no talk. If the door is wrong, then what do? Can we fix? We don't fix it anymore. We will look at other things. It's like, I give you an example. If there's this, I don't want to say a human let's say a dog. Yeah, a dog. If a dog is somehow poor dog run over by a motorbike, one of the leg bone broken and the leg rotten, okay, because didn't take good care, run over one leg and then start to rot. So the only way is to what is the word to say? Amputate and to cut away one of the leg. Okay. So the only way is to cut away the leg. So now only got 3 legs left. So what should, if you already don't have that leg, why bother thinking about the so now don't have that leg, so now the cannot have things that cannot do, cannot this, cannot that. Why bother? Concentrate on making sure that the 3 other legs can let you lead a normal life or even better life. That's the whole idea. You still got 3 legs, right? You still got 3 legs. Keep on thinking about how to make another fake leg for the, how to solve the missing leg problem. It's not going to help. If there's no leg lah. Okay, if the house is already on emptiness, on 0 degree, then we think about other things. There are still a lot of things that can be done. Some of the formulas or formation, okay, is very lenient. Okay, some of the methodology, feng shui methodology, is lenient on death emptiness line. Yeah, there are some that is lenient on this. Only on a certain rule and regulation, on certain formation, that this one become very important. So those that are important literally doesn't work. Okay, or a very little to no effect. There's good and bad. The good thing is the good thing is if on a bad year, the bad doesn't get you. The bad thing is if it's on a good year, you don't get the good also. But then there are some evergreen formation that actually very lenient on death and emptiness. So even on DE line, there are still something that you can do. They can work on. So don't keep on focusing on the missing leg. You still got 3 good legs. Okay, make the best out of the good legs. Okay. So yeah, so that's what this is trying to address, the part whereby, so if really the door is in the wrong location, or there's a bad literally the whole house is sitting on death and emptiness line and so forth. So yeah, there's always ways to work around. That's why you need the master like me. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about mistakes. Mistakes is like the stove in the wrong location, the bed in a wrong location, bed head above there's a beam or whatsoever, and then the what do you call the bed is facing the doorway. So all these are the mistakes lah. I can point 101 mistakes. Okay, but yeah, I just want to, I'm not going to go into in-depth about sharing about all the mistakes like sleeping wrong location, wrong room, wrong direction, shoulder shot, pressing shot, and all these things, which can be resolved. All this can be resolved easily. Okay, these are the so-called mistakes in feng shui. Not like the door, different location, the door, look out, there's a road, there's a tree, there's a pillar. All this you cannot change one. So don't call those mistakes. Okay, 10:30 already. That's about it for today. Questions, Q&A. You know, every time I put the word Q&A out there, and I don't receive enough questions to. Luckily, I prepare some topics to talk about, or else there's not enough questions for me. You guys all come in and see, look. Maybe my topic too good, is it? Every time I got topic to talk about, you all don't ask me question anymore. It's already 10:30. If no question, then we will call it a night. Okay. So thanks for joining. See you guys next week in my TNT with Louis every Thursday night, 9:30 ish. Sometimes a few minutes late. Today I'm a bit, I'm like 5 minutes late, because when I turn on, then there's update. You see, Mr. Chan, Master Chan, today network so good. Then there's no complaint. I turn on all my three channels, all running well. Good, right? Okay, Ken, thank you guys. I'll see you next week with more interesting topics. Thank you, Joseph. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye on all three channels. Bye-bye. Why cannot stop? Hey, why cannot stop?